tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads from over 200 countries and your number one source in after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of NXT right here on AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm your host, Kathy Kelly, and joining me, dancing across the table, True Hobo
It's
himself.
just so catchy. Boxcar superstar, Hollywood Heritage Champion, Homeless Suplex Machine. My mini name.
Is that a new one? Homeless Suplex Machine?
I've been called that before.
Oh, that's good.
You're like the Renaissance man of homelessness.
Is that
Anyway, yeah, man.
Is that a Stu Stone?
Might be, or might have been me. I can't remember who. He always comes up with good ones. That's
Yeah.
Stuart.
Well, thanks for being here this week.
I do try. It's a hustle.
Yep. And then sitting next to True Hobo, Mark Donica.
Yeah, I'm here. Right, Patty?
You're here again.
Yeah.
Like every week.
We're gonna talk about wrestling.
So bashful.
Stop it. I hit the microphone. And professional.
So professional here at AfterBuzz.
That's good coffee.
Have a good week of NXT to talk about this tonight. This tonight. But
Not tomorrow's tonight.
But tonight's
this
tonight.
And we are 1 week away from NXT TakeOver.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun show. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, this was possibly one of the best setups for an event, like a pay-per-view or an event, that there's been. Like, even for regular television, when there are more matches, but you have more time, as opposed to these guys who, there were 4 matches tonight to set up the main event, and in one of those matches, there was a setup for another one. Then there was the tag team match that set up the tag team title match, and then there was the last stare down for the NXT Women's Championship. The only thing that we didn't see was the Mojo and Bull one last time.
Yeah.
You're right. That's the only thing that was missing tonight. But honestly, I don't think it's necessarily something that needed to happen. I think the setup for the main event next week that happened tonight, the breakdown of those 4 matches, was the perfect way to go. It really was. Because not only did it put over the guys who were going to be in that main event, it put over their opponents. These weren't squash matches. There was some back and forth, some give and take, and those guys ended up looking just as good as the guys who were the number 1 contenders.
You don't think that it was predictable at all that all of them would win? And
Yes, but the manner in which they won was not predictable.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We'll get to the matches when we... yeah.
First up, we have our women's match, Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte. 2 of my favorite NXT female wrestlers.
Yeah.
Charlotte ends up winning, but great, solid match between these 2 girls. What'd you guys think?
The size difference was definitely notable.
Yes.
And it really tailored Alexa Bliss's offense. She went a lot to outsmart Charlotte and to try and go for a pin, just trying to get a quick victory on the champion and put herself in the number 1 contender seat.
You could tell tonight her gymnastic ability.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because she had to jump higher.
Yeah.
So I've been noticing a bit of a familiar note in the Alexa Bliss matches with a lot of the unique roll-ups that you would usually see every once in a while. We're seeing every match. Like RVD has his roll-up where he just uses his legs and does the cover.
Scissor.
Yeah, the scissor roll-up, and he doesn't roll that out every match. He does it every other match and makes it that much more special. And while Alexa Bliss is still relatively more new to the NXT scene, it would be nice to see a little bit more variety from her. But that's not saying that she's a bad performer at all. Like she's very much stands out for what she does with her size. I just want to see more.
So next time you see her, you want to see her break out something a little different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And good match, good performance on her part.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Post-match, Bayley's music hits, and she comes out and says, "Charlotte, it's about time you take me seriously, because at NXT TakeOver, I'm seriously taking your title." Fighting words from Bayley.
Big words. She cashed a big check with her mouth.
I mean, last week we saw her stand up to Charlotte for the first time. And then today we saw Bayley extend her hand again, second week in a row, for the handshake. But for the second week in a row again, Charlotte refuses. This time, though, Charlotte ended up attacking Bayley.
Mm-hmm. Well, pie-facing her. Yeah. She tried to attack her. Bayley slapped on that belly-to-belly suplex and buried Charlotte right in the middle of that ring.
Bayley's gonna hug you.
So
That's
good.
a threat. See, I like where this is going. Bayley has really been the underdog, somebody who really isn't taken seriously by anybody because she's so happy all the time. Mm-hmm. Do not mistake kindness for weakness. She's happy, she's kind, but she will get in there and mix it up with you.
She's happy, and we know it. Watch her ass.
Right.
The one thing that I have to note is they still haven't. There hasn't been a memo to go around the announce team to tell everybody what the belly-to-belly suplex is called. Because last week we heard it called the hugplex and the belly-to-Bayley. This week we heard it called the Bayley-to-belly, which, I mean, is an easy thing to mix up.
I thought it was the hugplex, though. I thought that's the official name.
It is
Bayley,
the belly-to-Bayley hugplex.
Okay.
Because a belly-to-belly suplex, you put them all together, it's one thing, but then people start splitting them up.
I mean,
so.
you can
B2BHP.
Right. I mean, you can go first half or second half with the name, but it in its entirety is the belly-to-Bayley hugplex.
Okay.
There's a colon in there.
Is there?
No, wait, no. Grammar.
You're a bright one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some more of
Mr.
this
D.
coffee.
Next up, we have Tyler Breeze's promo and a series of promos from each of the men in the Fatal 4-Way next week. So Tyler Breeze is up first, and he says that the reason why he's going to win at TakeOver is because Zayn, Kid, and Neville aren't the same caliber of gorgeousness that he is. And he's also been proving himself recently.
Yeah, he gets the job done.
Yeah.
He has been getting the job done. But does a better-looking individual actually get more wins? Where is the data on this? Has somebody done some sort of university study on how attractive people actually do pull out more wins in competitive matches?
I don't think that we've ever seen anyone as gorgeous as him, so...
Yeah, I mean, the
really...
closest thing we have is Shawn Michaels. He thinks he's cute and he knows he's sexy, but is he gorgeous? It's the closest thing we have.
You make a fine point.
Yep.
He's fine.
Really do.
I could probably write a good thesis about Tyler Breeze, as long as it's not a negative one.
We're expecting it next week. Please have it on our desk by next week.
Not in triplicate, right?
Not in, well, yeah, actually.
No, save trees. CJ Parker would be mad at you if you
Yes.
didn't triplicate.
That's right.
Look at this hobo, this wasteful hobo. Compost.
In my mouth.
Yeah. Oh, don't remind me. Is that what that smell
Yucky.
Yep.
Never know what they throw away in those compost heaps.
A lot of like vegetables and stuff. If I want to get my fiber, you got to go to the compost heap. Really flush out the system.
Yummy.
Yep.
Backstage, Devin Taylor there. She interviews Sin Cara and Kalisto, half in Spanish, half in English.
Yeah, you gotta appeal to that audience.
Yeah. She asks if they win tonight, they'll face the Ascension. How do they feel about it? And they say that they're up to the challenge.
They think they've got an edge, and they say they've got the heart to do it. I mean, they certainly prove that they are one of the most unique tag teams right now. Nobody is doing the caliber of offense that they're doing right now. What they could do is throw off the champions far enough to where they could eke out a victory. Whereas the champions are very much smash and kill. These are very different teams. One is very finesse, the other is very break you in half.
Well, how much of a difference do you think Sin Cara does as opposed to LOL?
Now that is a very difficult question because you still have the size similar sizes.
Yes.
LL Cal was a little taller and a little bit more weighty, whereas Sin Cara is also taller but a little bit leaner. Tonight he was throwing around his weight in the match a little bit, so it was good to see that dynamic, the small, really high flyer and the big flyer.
Yeah. And I just wonder if that will be the edge that could help them out on Sunday, on next Thursday. It's so big, I want it to be a Sunday event.
It is its own event.
You're
yes.
just so excited that you want it to be earlier than next Thursday.
Right.
I'll take that answer too.
You want it to be this Sunday.
Sunday?
Sunday.
You got it.
We've talked about how there's this huge hole or void in the WWE of luchas, and they are, the two guys right now. So do you think that that's going to then propel them to, win the tag team titles and then maybe do something more on the main roster, or?
No.
Okay.
Because it's really been proven since Paige has done it, that you cannot hold an NXT championship and be on the main roster at the same time.
So then that's the question. Do you think that they are going to bring them up to the main roster, or they're going to give them the tag titles for maybe a couple months down at NXT and then either bring them up or give it to the Vaudevillains or give it back to the Ascension?
Well, you're talking about how much of a void there is in the lucha area. Sin Cara's on main event and Superstars every now and again, but he hasn't really had a main show role. With the way that the tag team division anyway is sort of being built right now on the main roster, I don't think there would be a spot for them in that world yet, but I think they would do better if they split them up and had them work against each other.
Okay.
Like if something happens at NXT that puts them against each other, and since Kalisto's the new guy, maybe have Sin Cara turn heel, and then they start a program on NXT that eventually starts working into a program on the main roster. That might be a little bit more in tune for something that we'd want to see, especially with Rey Mysterio constantly having different sort of predicaments with his health. I think that would be more likely, but at the same time, the Ascension are beyond ready to go to the tag team championships that I was just the division that I was talking about. So I don't know why they chose this pairing other than to probably give them another chance at a big tag team match.
Yeah.
When I think the Vaudevillains and the Ascension could have a just as good of a match.
But
it would be a different match. It would be a much different match. But I think they could have a very just as entertaining of a match.
Okay.
For different reasons.
Fair enough. Huh. What was that noise?
That was him patting himself on the back.
Oh.
With my voice.
With his consciousness.
Cool.
It sounded really creepy.
Ty Dillinger versus Tyler Breeze.
Ty.
Ty.
Yeah.
Ty versus Ty.
Mm-hmm.
We had blonde versus blonde in first match, so it's kind of fitting.
Shake it up.
Second match, Ty versus Ty. Tyler Breeze in his glittery purple pants ends up doing the beauty shot out of nowhere, but takes his time to cover Ty Dillinger, but ends up getting the win anyways.
See, this was like we were talking about with these 4 matches. It displayed what everybody should watch out for on Sunday, and they're sort of what they've been building themselves as for the past couple of months. Like Tyler, he's been known to have a quite the aggressive streak, and we see it in retaliation to all of Dillinger's offense, which was really strong. There was really just that one mistake that cost Dillinger the match, and then if you're not paying attention, that beauty shot will come out of nowhere and take care of you. Like he can bring the pain, but at the same time, if you're not paying attention, it could be over super quick.
Ty Dillinger looked incredibly strong tonight in this matchup. I wonder from this where he goes, because he looked ready to me for something real, for a real program type deal.
I feel like all of the opponents tonight, everyone who faced one of the guys who's going to be in the Fatal 4-Way were really strong.
Yeah.
It was odd that they picked I mean, it made sense why they picked Marcus Louis, and we'll get to that one on that match. But it was weird that they made such a big deal about Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger being a tag team and being like one of the new tag teams.
But then
and
not
then
having them
so
together.
many other tag teams showed up that they essentially dropped that they were a tag team.
I think that Jason Jordan and him are not going to be together.
I figured that they'd work
It's
well against
unfortunate.
each other.
Work against each other.
Yeah, I figured
Okay.
it used to be where guys who used to be work against each other around the country, they would put them up as a tag team or vice versa because
True.
they know each other.
They work
so
well together. Yeah.
Right, they know each other's offense in and out, and they can put together something quite compelling in the ring. It's possible. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Next up, we have Tyson Kidd's promo.
Best promo of the night.
And
Honestly,
you think so?
No,
Okay.
really, it
Okay.
was.
He says that one individual in the Fatal 4-Way is the greatest high flyer in the history of this industry, and he learned all of that in the UK. He said one individual has the most heart, and he honed his skills while in Japan. One is self-absorbed and cocky. One is hungry, determined, cold, ruthless, and learned all of that in the dungeon.
Yeah, in the Heart Dungeon.
And obviously, we are to assume that he's talking about Neville, Zayn, and then Tyler Breeze. But he ends it by saying, and then there's Sami Zayn, Tyson Kidd, there's Sami Zayn, Adrian Neville, and Tyler Breeze.
The memorable champion.
Yes.
Yes. So, everything about him is memorable except for his damn name.
Yes.
Pac. Just call him Pac.
Pac.
So, yeah,
No, this was absolutely
well written.
Beyond.
incredibly good promo. And
Short.
I could break down as to why this is so good, but it would take a lot of time.
If you're looking, if you want to be a heel and you need to know how to cut a promo, you need to analyze this like a director breaking down classic movies.
He did two perfect things. He put everybody in the match over, which means if he beats everybody, then he himself will look stronger. And at the same time, he pulled the rug out from under you at the last possible minute to once again put himself over as the best thing in that match.
Yep.
Perfect heel promo.
Yep.
What a jerk.
Seriously.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd these past couple of months is just, you watch the guy and you go, what a jerk.
It's gotten worse and worse and worse.
Yeah,
but
and
in
it's
the best
great,
way
'cause
possible.
it's
Yeah.
so
Absolutely.
entertaining.
He's the best, worst thing ever.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
After this promo, we get iPhone video of Enzo and Big Cass.
More.
You just have to
This
go and watch
was
this.
great.
If you guys don't watch the show, just go watch that.
Go watch that
It's
segment.
online. It's not even on the show. They posted that online before the show this week.
I watched
really?
it on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like Big Cass is just using his
got his
iPhone to like check himself out in the mirror or whatever
Flex
it was.
and look at their hairstylist.
Just taking
and-
video. It was very like Cloverfield-esque.
It was
in the
an
shaky
iPhone video.
cam. Yeah.
It seemed natural for them because they're the type of guys that are like, hey, we're doing something important. Record this. We're going to put it on YouTube. Come on. And there's a lot of good
What
banter between the
accent
two.
was that? That was
Come
not
on.
there. Yeah. Come on.
There, perfect New York. This was them.
Mm-hmm.
This is why their characters are so interesting, because you know these people, you've seen these guys before.
But this is seeing them in a different light.
This was almost a
Their
DX
natural habitat.
Right. But this
Exactly.
was a
Yeah.
DX quality, like, backstage segment.
Yeah.
This was great.
And we got to see Carmella.
I was gonna say we
Yeah.
got to see Carmella for the first time, who is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, up here. What are you in kindergarten or something? How old are you? That's what it was. How old are you?
And we also got to see her poodle.
No, it was that guy's poodle.
Oh, the guy's poodle.
Carmella, will
Okay.
you watch my poodle for a
Yes.
second with one of the best British accents I've ever heard?
Who's
so
that guy?
Sounds back.
randomly, they have an entire bucket of hair removal cream they're gonna test it out on themselves on their chest, potentially. Neither of them wants to do it. Big Cass says he doesn't have any chest hair. Enzo said he's not going to do it. And then they end up fighting over it, spill the hair removal cream all over the black poodle, and hair starts falling off this dog. They just grab
clumps of hair off of this dog. It works!
Holy jeez.
Yeah.
Apparently, we got from somebody in the chat, Chris Nixon says that Carmella plays the Queen of Staten Island with them on NXT house shows.
That's cool.
So they have a New York stable going.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
No, seeing this was sort of like the introduction of having her be on TV with them.
I like it.
Which would be great.
I do like that.
You're really good.
How you doing?
I mean, I think this whole segment made perfect sense and sold who these guys are and how seriously take the whole match and everything. And they had a bucket of hair removal cream for the Legionnaires because Nair is in their name.
Legionnaires.
Boo!
Boo!
Boo! Yeah. You know what?
Told you it was good.
It could have been V.
Oh, that's what it was. When we were watching it, he was like, I have a pun, but I'm going to wait for it. I like how also they're freshening up the hair versus hair match. Because they were just like, oh, we're going to shave him. But now it's like, look at this madness that we will unleash upon these people.
I did that to a friend of mine once. What you don't understand about that stuff is...
That doesn't sound like something that you would be... They would not be friends with you after you did that to them.
It was funny. Trust me, it was funny at the time. The stuff burns like hell. I sprayed some on his arm and he goes, It was great.
And then it was gone.
And then you are silky smooth like a baby.
It was.
But only one square.
But it's kind of like carpet bombing. It just burns all the hair off.
That does not sound fun.
Well, it's sort of also, it's like, now you really don't want to lose the match to get this stuff on you because of the level of pain you're going to be in.
Dogs seem to be okay.
Yeah.
That must have been one tough dog.
Dude, it's a poodle.
Tough poodle.
Them crazy.
It's hard to grow up as a poodle, man. You gotta be tough. Especially a black poodle. Oh, man, come on. You gotta grow up real tough being a black poodle.
Your hair kind of looks like poodle hair.
Kinda. You want to touch it?
No.
It's okay.
I want to nair it.
Oh!
Dude, you and Mandel, hair versus hair. We're getting off topic. I just want more. I just want more of these segments.
More of these, definitely. Tyson Kidd versus Adam Rose. He comes out with the Exotic Express. And as they mentioned on commentary, Rose has had a couple wins over Tyson Kidd recently. I think there was a Tyson Chicken chant.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was funny.
And this is one of the times when you could notice that NXT is taped in a lump because now Adam Rose is sporting the little beard that he has and he was clean shaven on NXT.
Yeah.
Consistency. Yeah.
Oops.
What are you gonna do? When a guy has interesting facial hair, things change.
Maybe he can just grow facial hair whenever he wants to.
That was my theory.
And then shave it off.
He's that much of a man?
Yeah.
Force it. Yeah, I did. I shaved maybe a couple days ago. Yeah. And then I just went, and it just started growing. See, you can't really tell. I was growing it right now, but you can't really tell because it's already there. If I was completely shaven and just going, you can see it start to grow.
I can see it growing. It's slow.
It got thicker. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gross for me.
Power. I'm a man. That's why I'm the champ.
Power.
Tyson ends up winning this match.
Yeah, and so for this match, it was all about it was selling how just intense and aggressive Tyson Kidd has been when he gets down to business. Like you saw some of Adam Rose's faff, his normal faff, but he won taking it, and he won with the sharpshooter.
I also have to say that commentary was excellent on this match in particular. Like they were really just moving the story forward with everything.
And talking about the
Natty stuff.
Yeah, interviewing Natty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're making us care about what's happening in the ring. Like it's Tyson Kidd, a guy who you see come out on main event, you go, oh, I think he was cool. But on this, you're like, oh, what a jerk. Like, they make you care.
Yeah, it's what it's supposed to do. And I think they also stumbled upon something. I don't know if they meant to do it. When Adam Rose picked him up for the spine buster and kind of carried him around, it's now a signature move. It's the lemon drop.
Because Renee said, we need less lemon, more lemon drop. And then
bam!
Spinning spine buster.
Lemon drop.
Like it.
Yeah, lemon
That's
drop.
it, right there.
The lemon
Put
drop.
it on a shirt. Put a little impact with the Rose, putting the guy down, lemon drop. Yep.
Or put Adam Rose's head in that really gross, like, lemon drop,
No.
like lemon head logo.
Yeah.
No.
They had the human
Don't
lemon
bring it up. I
head.
don't want it. No.
Scary,
No, I know.
terrifying.
He showed it
I
to us, and it was
know.
awful.
I don't want
If
it.
you haven't seen it, look it up.
Don't put it in chat.
And then it will be in your nightmares forever. Scary. So, kind of like Tyson Kidd, actually.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yes.
We get Sami Zayn's promo, and Sami is very, I felt modest in this.
He's always modest.
Yeah.
It's one of the upsides to this character.
Yeah.
And everybody seems to like he's very good, but he's very modest about how good he is.
They mentioned during his match that he encompasses everything. Like, he can be that aggressive Sami, he can be the modest Sami, he can be the cool guy. He just, man of many moods.
And of many moves. He
And
can,
many moves.
Seriously.
He can be the high flyer. He can be the striker. He can be the submission guy. He's got a lot. He can do everything.
But I thought
On his arsenal.
what he said in this promo
Yeah.
was pretty declarative about the general mood of this shot he
Yeah.
has. He says, I want to win, but I don't just want to win. I want to pin Adrian Neville.
Yeah.
That's a serious statement. I mean, that's what this is about. No more friends. There are no friends in that ring when the belt is on the line.
And also,
You can respect somebody. You cannot take any cheap shots, but when it comes down to gold and glory, you're gonna go for it. Oh, no holds barred, 100%.
he's gotten so many chances, and he didn't want to leave any doubts. If he pins the champion, that means that he's beaten the best. If he pins one of the other guys, then it's like, oh, well, you didn't pin Neville.
Right.
So it speaks very much to him and his quest to be the best
It's true. Traveled the world.
in 7 seas.
7 seas.
Everybody's looking for something.
He's looking for gold.
Or a title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Gold,
I
I
kind of
mean-
meant
Yeah.
the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright.
So, backstage we have Veronica Lane with the. Stop clicking your pen.
Oh, you mean this AfterBuzz TV pen?
Oh, fancy.
Branding. All right.
Nice. You too can get an AfterBuzz pen. When you're here, which you will never
Or
be.
you can go to AfterBuzzTV.com and they have a store online.
Yeah, get shirts and
They
stuff.
actually sell those?
Maybe.
I don't know that they sell pens, but you can get shirts, you can get baby onesies, you can get a lot of stuff.
Sweet plug, bro.
For the baby
Why don't we plug that
podcasting
more?
fans.
Baby buzzers.
Yes, baby buzzers.
Maybe some babies were conceived watching some of these shows.
It is a
Just
new.
gotta think about that.
It is a
Chicka wow wow.
Why?
I'm just saying, there's a whole market out there.
Backstage,
Some of the
Veronica
vaudevillains,
Lane
right?
with the vaudevillains.
I'm a businessman.
And they said that they have the edge tonight. I don't even know what. We're so off topic right
Is it
now.
madness? No, we're talking about the
Yes, the
vaudevillains.
vaudevillains.
And Veronica Lane.
Veronica Lane. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second.
do that.
You mentioned before we started taping the show that Veronica Lane is leaving WWE. She released a statement on Twitter, I believe, and she said, "Today I've made the decision to close a chapter of my life and begin the next. My time with WWE was an experience I will never forget, and I will always cherish those memories. However, I'm ready to move forwards towards my goals and life aspirations. I'm beyond thankful for the continual love and support from coworkers, friends, and fans. Thank you for everything."
I just had a thought hearing that. It's nice that they employ people who don't want to be there. Anyway,
It was nice. All of the people who who have been working backstage interviewing, all of the interviewers have been great, and Veronica stood out. So It's unfortunate that we don't get to see her again, but she seems like her road is.
I mean, we'll probably see her again, but it won't be working for this company.
Yeah.
I imagine that she's got the face, she's got the speaking ability. She will be on television.
Yeah.
So wherever and whenever we see her again, I don't doubt that
Yeah.
we will definitely see her then.
I mean, she might have gotten a job offer elsewhere, or she just realized that it wasn't a good fit for her. Regardless, we do wish her well.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Future endeavors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of news this week, but there's way too much.
What else?
Like Solomon
think we
Crowe got injured.
Oh, he shipped his
Ooh.
tibia.
Yeah.
Garbage.
She was working a tag match with Kalisto at a house show. The head writer of SmackDown and the head writer of NXT switched.
Swap.
So
Writer swapping. Kinky,
Yeah.
kinky stuff.
yeah. Well, the hobo's mind is everywhere. Yeah, I mean that was really some of the bigger stuff, really. That was the news portion. Thank you for joining us.
Well, I mean, there's also the big announcement.
Oh yeah, that Kenta is going to be making his debut next week. Whether that's going to be just as like, "Hi, I'm Kenta. What's up?" or if he's actually if they're gonna give him somebody to squash.
I imagine they'd have to put him in ring. They did a contract signing with him. They did all the big press stuff. I'd say debut means he's gonna get in the ring and he's gonna beat somebody up.
I think he'll come out and start talking, and then somebody like CJ Parker will come out and be like, "Why do you get all of this attention?" And then he'll beat him up.
That makes sense. Somebody everybody universally hates and just kill him.
Here you
Yep.
go. Kick him in the head.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
I think it's partially why they employed him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let him keep his name.
yeah. Gotta
Is
make
that all
him
the
a-
news for the week?
I believe that's all it is for the week. Let's
Okay.
get back to the vaudevillain segment.
Yes. What do you think of this backstage segment?
Had one of my favorite things that's ever been said about Simon Gotch. Some men climb mountains. Simon moves them. Hop.
He's the strong man. He's the strongest strong man that ever strong manned. Mm-hmm. So, I love him.
Is he related to the family Strong?
Maybe.
Strong bad, strong mad,
Maybe.
strong sad?
Could be.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nothing
that was for
really.
you. That was for you, Internet.
Homestar Runner.
.com.
Sami Zayn versus Marcus Louis.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Excelsior.
Because I thought Marcus Louis was injured because he was injured.
Oh yeah.
Just
I thought that it was
before
a
the
very
last-
minor injury.
Yeah.
If it was something.
Maybe it was just a sprain
I
or.
don't
Yeah.
know. It's the word
That
injury
fast.
gets thrown around too much. There's
Yeah.
a big difference between getting hurt and getting injured. Getting hurt means you can still do everything. You're just kind of walking on eggshells a little bit. Getting injured, you're laid up. You can't do anything. I've been hurt plenty of times, and I've never been injured. So I think we need to sort of break down the
Knock on wood.
definition. Oh, yeah, sure. We need to
got that.
break down the definition of what exactly is hurt and what's injured.
Yeah.
Chipping your tibia, that's an injury. You're missing bone now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right. They are missing bone.
Yeah. So Lafort
Bone.
accompanies Marcus Louis to the ring. Sami Zayn ends up winning with the Koji clutch, and Louis taps out. So yeah.
We almost popped off Zayn's head with that rear chinlock.
This was a
tight.
really cool match.
It was.
Yeah.
It was great to see Marcus Louis again in this capacity. He
Yeah.
was-
And looking strong.
yeah. The point of this one was to show the underdoggedness of Sami Zayn and how he can overcome it. Was not expecting a submission finish,
Yeah.
but it showed that he can, at any size, he can still take you out.
You thought it would be the haluva kick?
The haluva kick.
Right. But I think it made sense for him to showcase the Koji clutch in this particular moment, because now we have basically two people whose finishers are fairly high flying, and then you have the two individuals who will ground you and make you submit. It's something to keep in mind.
Yeah. Do you think that we will see Marcus Louis eventually get his golden showers of championship victory?
I would hope so. I was hoping that they were going to be in the tag tournament, but I guess because of the hurting of Marcus Louis, his golden showers will have to be put on hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll have to wait to fist his way to the top.
His husband will be proud.
That is all the news for now.
Post-match, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy attack Louis and bring out their hair removal bucket, cream in the bucket.
It's Italian hair removal cream. It has the green, white, and red, so it's Italian.
Yeah. And
You know it's strong, too.
they end up trying to get LaForte, but he escapes.
Why would they
doesn't get creamed.
Why would they try and cream him now? Then he wouldn't even have a match.
Yeah, they would. They would have a match, but then the pressure would be off.
But
Because then he would be torn, and it's like, well, then you get the ponytail off, and then
He would have nothing to lose.
right, so wouldn't Enzo be
But,
really in the tough spot?
then that makes him the fool, and he is the fool. That's an unnecessary reference. I think if they could have gotten a little bit off, then that would have shaken Sylvester, and then he would be even more. And as opposed to not having anything to lose, he wouldn't want to lose the last bit of hair that he had, since it is so luxurious.
And greasy.
And I mean, you could. I mean,
It's like it could catch fire.
I wouldn't want them to, but they could possibly go for Sylvester's beard and just leave him and eyebrows. Just leave him a total gross Gene Snitsky bald head.
He's developed alopecia.
It sent the idea home that the creaming is no joke, and
Creaming is no joke.
and that just give that last little bit of anticipation for the match on Sunday.
It's somewhat silly, but also somewhat serious.
How you doing?
They're acting very silly, but they're taking what they do very seriously.
And you can't teach that.
No, you can't teach that.
Can't teach
How you
that.
doing?
I think it's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
It'll probably be one of the lighter matches on the card.
But I still hope that we can finally see Sylvester have a really good match. That's what I've been waiting for ever since I saw him show up.
I know.
It's like the guy's got a body of a really good wrestler and from what little we've seen, the ability of one, and they wouldn't have just hired him with that look to be a talker.
I think we need to do more investigation. Look up this gentleman. Come to think of it, I do not know much about him and his background and whatever it was he did before he got here.
Much anticipate.
Anticipate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So keep going with it. Keep doing it.
All right.
CJ Parker versus Adrian Neville.
Oh, you missed the
Nope,
Neville.
Neville.
Oh,
backstage.
yes, Neville backstage. Okay. So what do you think of this?
He showcased himself as a risk taker.
Not necessarily the smartest. That's not the smartest knife in the drawer.
Well, I mean, showing that he'd rather face 3 guys as opposed to one number 1 contender.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That's the mentality of an adrenaline junkie right there. I'm just going to keep upping the stakes until something terrible happens. You know, next time I'm going to jump out of a plane without a parachute. See how that goes. You know, it's really not good. Use your head. It's cool to be like the fun champion, and I'm going to do some crazy stuff, but then it's not so fun when you're not the champion anymore. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So the match, CJ Parker comes out and he's got his sign, Fossil Fools,
Yeah, that's good.
Fools!
This is a good one.
and faces Adrian Neville tonight. Neville ends up winning with the red arrow. Good to see CJ again.
And this was a wonderful performance by him too. It was great to see him step up, being against the champion too. It shows that he can, this wasn't, none of these matches were job matches. They were all,
No.
like you said, they were showcasing everybody, and this, we got to see a good cutoff with the spinning back kick.
Holy mackerel! That was authoritative.
But also the chance that he took with the diving headbutt and just totally whiffing it was gross. And you feel bad because then just Neville went right into the kicks to the stomach.
He belly flops and then gets kicked multiple times right in the owie spot. Oh, owie spot! Oh.
I don't hear anything about your owie spot. See, and it's great. I want to see, and it made me want to see more of CJ Parker. Like all of these, it made me want to see more of CJ Parker. It made me wish that Adam Rose got a little bit more of a fair rub on the main roster, because we don't see too much in matches like this, like he had tonight and previously, like again with him and Camacho, which was a great series. Marcus Louis, we got to see him in a singles competition for the first time in a while. These 4 matches, while one could make the claim that this was just to promote the Fatal 4-Way match, it also helped establish the other 4 as possible contenders, since they're all facing number 1 contenders of the champion.
Right. Everybody looked good. It really just gave everybody the rub, man. It made everybody look good, and everybody benefited. The audience, the guys who were going into that match, the guys who aren't going into that match. Everybody benefited by just these set of matches alone. It was very smart, very, very entertaining. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
The fans win.
The fans definitely win.
For the low price of $9.99.
Hey, I say NXT is worth the price.
Yeah,
I
alone.
Yeah.
wholeheartedly agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancel your cable.
What?
Cancel your cable. All you need is WWE Network.
Yeah.
I see. That's all you need.
So many hours of content.
Hundreds.
Like more than you could physically watch.
People
No, man,
probably do.
there are people doing that right now.
People who keep a live stream going, or if not, they
They're
go
not
through all
watching
of
us?
the night.
They're watching you, Kathy Kelly. They're not watching us.
Hey.
Yep.
Hey, girl.
So the main event of the evening, tag team finals for the number 1 contenders for the tag team titles at TakeOver against the Ascension. Vaudevillains versus Sin Cara and Kalisto. Were these the 2 teams that you thought would be in the finals for this?
Starting out, no.
Yeah,
This is kind of a surprise for me.
Okay.
I think if the Legionnaires were a part of the contest, it would have, like a part of the tournament,
Yeah.
it may have been I may have thought a little bit different. But, I mean, once they weren't, it was like, oh, okay, then Enzo and Cass aren't gonna make it. I don't know, because like these are 2 of the tag teams that are actual tag teams. So if anybody had a chance, I wanted to see the Vaudevillains in the finals and the title match, but yeah,
They will have their time,
they better.
I
They
believe.
will.
Yeah, their time was 1915. And it is not that. It is 2014.
It's past.
So they're due.
Yeah.
They're
So they're
really
time
due.
travelers.
overdue.
Yes, about 100 years.
Yep.
Cool.
Time travel.
So Sin Cara ends up getting the cover on Simon Gotch during this match for the win. And yeah, they are advancing. They will take on the Ascension at TakeOver.
Woo.
Tell us how you really feel.
Woo. That was it.
Okay.
Also, the microphone's right here. I didn't want to shout at some professional Kathy Kelly.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Good back and forth matchup. We really didn't know who was going to win.
Unless you saw the spoilers.
Which I never do.
I don't.
Make it a point not to.
Yeah.
So
Just driving that home
there you
again.
go.
One
Yes.
last time.
Nobody tell me anything.
Please.
Okay.
Because he can't see, because he doesn't have eyes. Just keeping that.
But don't tell his earballs. What? What?
No, I've got a lot of balls.
Earballs, eyeballs. No, we just
No.
established that. I wasn't even paying attention. This match made me like, it was a lot of similar stuff from I know they're Lucha, but I just, for shorthand, I call them Sin Callisto, which is weird.
Sin Listo.
Sin Listo, without list,
Calcara.
without attention. Ooh, Sin Listo.
Sin Listo.
Oh, that's funny. There was their tag team moves, their double team moves are very impeccable, and they're not something that our American audience sees very often. So there is a lot of flash to there. I'm just wondering where they're going with the tag team, if like Callisto is doing other things, like we mentioned, he's been tagging with Solomon Crow at house shows, but that's probably because Sin Cara's been on the main roster. Like, I don't, if they want to tour with the tag champs and one of them is unavailable, like their booking betrays their own booking.
Yeah.
You know? So why not have an NXT tag team that's there be in the spotlight as opposed to giving another chance to Kalisto and Sin Cara?
You sort of have to live in a void to really suspend your disbelief of who could possibly walk away with the championship. I mean, the odds all around are really against Lucha Lucha to take this. Just for everything being what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they aren't good. They're fantastic. But it's that they're just too good.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
So maybe they needed this as a intermediate thing so they could put it on faces for a little bit and then
have somebody else.
I mean, the Ascension technically hasn't even lost it yet, so we don't know what's going to happen there.
True. Very
No,
true.
very, very true. But at the end, when the Ascension
We're
came
just
out,
assuming.
and well, I mean, half of this business is looking to the next show and speculating.
Right.
But seeing Ascension and Lucha Lucha facing off against each other, I don't think that they can beat Ascension, which is probably what they were going for.
Okay.
But
like I said, what their game plan needs to be is to work around Ascension. You can't go through them. That's their game. You cannot play their game. They will win. You have to go around them, finesse them, confuse them,
Over
and
them.
then pin them. Right.
run around in circles very fast and hope that Connor gets dizzy. I mean, just due to the match that they had where it was El Cal and Kalisto, like they've taken on the lucha style and can go through it. So I can't see Sin Cara providing that much of a change from El Cal.
That could be very comical, like back to, the cartoons when you're a kid where it's the,
It's like Speedy Gonzalez
one
and
is like
Sylvester.
going around and around in the big,
I
like,
shouldn't have said that.
what?
Nothing.
Sylvester LaForte,
So,
the
hey.
cat. So
Oui.
it's the big guy that like he has the arms and it just goes really slow and the guy like ducks out. Yeah.
Hold on.
Cool.
Dipping,
Awesome.
dodging, ducking, and dodging.
Anyways, I explained that really well. So moving on. Post match,
Helicopter?
the Ascension's music hits, and
And they were doing the yaws in time with the music, and I thought that was really cool.
It was very headbangy. Yeah.
They could add that to the music,
They could.
and it would just make it even more like a metal show,
It'd be
metal
like
performance.
Bull. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah. It would be
unless you
really
want to steal
cool.
that gimmick too, like the chanting, putting the chanting in the whatever.
yeah.
Everybody does that, though. Like, it's just a
Not
normal thing. Like,
everybody.
RVD had his in there for a while.
Thank you, Kelly.
So
So where are the rails? I don't see them. I think we're not very.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's fine though.
Whenever you're with me, we are never on the rails.
This was a good episode leading up to the special
You think it sold
NXT
it?
takeover.
6 matches.
Takeover.
Take Homer.
Take Homer.
Take loader. Take Nover.
Tech loader.
Takeover. And I think we should do some predictions though.
Oh.
All right.
You wanna do
then
these?
let's,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, your AfterBuzz
We don't see this all the time, so it's
I
always just like
know. It's exciting.
special time.
It's fun.
Nice setup there.
So, should we go match by match?
go match by
match.
Let's do ladies first.
Please.
So, NXT women's title,
Oh,
Piece of garbage.
Charlotte versus Bayley. Who do we think will be victorious?
Charlotte retains.
Okay.
Bayley does not need a championship belt after what she has proven here today. I think she will put on a hell of a matchup, and she's going to walk away, and everybody's going to say, you know what? You should have that belt, and that will be good enough.
I think we're going to have a moment where she is going to do everything in her power to keep Charlotte down. Charlotte doesn't stay down, and Charlotte ends up winning as like from some backhanded cheating way, foot on the ropes, maybe something.
The challenge becomes her becoming the dirtiest diva.
Yeah, and then we're left with Bayley in the middle of the ring, confused, but everybody giving her a standing ovation for her effort.
Right, and everybody's saying, that should be you. You should be the belt. That's it.
Because, I mean, then that also opens up again to Sasha Banks or Bayley getting a return match.
Yeah.
Either way, it's probably going to be the match that steals the show.
Probably.
agree.
Yeah.
Charlotte
It
for
always
the
does.
win.
Really? Charlotte for you?
I'm thinking it's Charlotte, even though I love Bayley.
Exactly, but
I want her to hug everyone.
Right. To death.
Can we put in the budget to go down to Florida so we can have Kathy hug?
We can go
Bailey?
live on the red carpet at the NXT Takeover.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
next week, so let's
Maria!
Okay. Just hop in our car. We'll get there by
do it.
Thursday.
If we leave now,
Now.
Right.
Okay.
and don't stop.
7 days?
No bathroom breaks. Let's go.
Okay.
You said it.
I can get a bottle.
This is a hobo. Then you're.
Yeah.
I think you'd want as much of a break from that tight space as you'd like.
I've thrown trucker bombs at many a pedestrian passing on the train.
Terrible human being.
Let's go into the tag title match
Yeah.
since it's fresh on our mind. The Ascension versus Sin Cara and Kalisto.
I got to go with Ascension.
Yeah, I probably do too. Yeah. Yeah.
Because we just, I mean, it was a different sort of tournament, but we just had the Diva tournament that led in a new champion no matter what. But I just don't see it. I would love to be surprised so that we can get. Sorry.
No, I don't know.
So that we could get a bit of a change up in the tag team division. But what Ascension has been doing, sitting on top and laughing at everybody trying to climb to the top of the mountain from their throne, has been beyond entertaining.
Yeah.
And a lot more entertaining than it was a year ago.
I'm actually going to say Sin Cara and Kalisto get it.
Okay.
Just because I feel like they are going to bring Ascension up to the main roster and...
That's really what this whole thing is about. Looking at these two teams, it's who's going to get called up first.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really hard to pick a victor in this match because there's a title on the line and somebody's got to hold it.
Yeah.
It's not just a win. You don't just get a win. You get a set of very shiny belts.
Well, it's easy to pick a victor. I picked Victor and Connor, the Ascension. There, I tagged you back for that other pun.
I've been had.
Yeah.
Enzo Amore and Sylvester Lafort, who's losing their hair.
I think Enzo's going to win and Sylvester's going to lose his hair. Actually, no. I take that back. Sylvester's going to win by some shady means and Enzo's going to lose his hair.
Yeah, Enzo's losing his hair.
Maybe Enzo wins, but still loses his hair, and the Legionnaires just get a whole lot of heat.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Just because you win a hair versus hair match does not necessarily mean you have to lose your hair.
Yeah.
And I mean, they showed how unstable the lotion can be,
Right.
the cream can be. So maybe that's a fun way of spinning it.
Okay.
Right.
I like that idea, but I'm sticking with mine.
I'm just
Okay.
saying that Enzo loses his hair.
Yeah.
He's the one. Yeah. So, what else we got? The Fatal 4-Way.
Nope, there's one.
Oh,
There's another
okay.
match.
One more.
Yes.
Bull and
Bull
Mojo.
versus, Mojo.
I think Mojo will win, but I want Bull to win. So I'm saying Bull.
No,
I'm saying Bull. I'm going to
don't-
say Bull.
I'm going to say Bull.
I'm going to say Bull.
I don't care who wins. I don't. Bull Dempsey's great. He doesn't need this win. He doesn't need it. Mojo Rawley, he needs something different. He needs change. He needs to adapt, to grow. He needs to at least come close to overcoming this obstacle through new means, not by the same old stuff. He needs to pull out something different to change the crowd in his favor. That's what he needs. And honestly, I think he will win. And I hope it is in the proper fashion as to build him back up as somebody the crowd is happy to see.
And for the Fatal 4-Way match, I'm going to say Tyler Breeze. Just because we're running out of time.
Yeah. Okay.
Decisively.
I say Tyson Kidd. That he's hot after that promo. Oh man.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
But I still want Tyler. It's
Yeah.
Tyler.
I want it to be Tyler or Sammy, but I really feel like it's going to be Tyson Kidd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just so hot right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this has been great.
It really has. It's been off the rails, but it's been fun.
Please leave
always
us
keep them
your
interesting.
predictions in the comments on YouTube. Rate us on iTunes. Subscribe. Tell a friend. Until next week, where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at SoapboxMark. Let's keep talking. We're going to be in the comments. We always are. Let's talk about TakeOver. And we're going to be here next week talking about TakeOver. We're very excited about it. You can find the two of us on Facebook and YouTube at SoapboxCarTV. What about you, Hobo?
I'm on the Twitter at TrueHomo. ProWrestlingTees.com is where you can get my swanky shirt. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood is my company now. I'm essentially the guy. I beat
You're
the
the
man,
guy.
so I am the man.
Yeah.
Woo! What else? Just Championship Wrestling from Hollywood.
You can
Go.
find him
There's
on
a
a
lot
street
of
corner.
different stuff. Yeah, give me change. Give me money, please. There's so many beers I have not drunk yet.
You can find me on Twitter at Catherine Kelly. You can find me on Instagram at Kathy Kelly. You can find all of us here at AfterBuzz TV on both Twitter and Instagram. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you for the NXT special NXT TakeOver next Thursday.
Best show ever.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.